Greetings, everybody. Welcome to your video series on an introduction to sociology. The topic for this video is the labeling theory. Let's get started. What is the labeling theory? The labeling theory is an important part of sociology when it comes to trying to understand why somebody engages in deviant behavior. So let's break this theory down step by step. The first step, according to the theory, is that an individual engages in what we're going to call primary deviance. This is a single act of behavior, a single instance of deviance or criminal behavior. Somebody does something for the first time. And as a result of that initial behavior, society then considers that to be outside the norm. It's something that we as a society don't like. We have determined is not good. It's not healthy. It doesn't contribute to a well-run society, whatever that behavior may have been. And then the third step is the labeling itself, where society labels this individual negatively as a result of that initial primary deviance. And here are some examples of possible labels. What have you been called? What have you called others? Then step 4 is, as a result of this labeling of a person, whatever negative label we are attaching to them, their opportunities to conform become limited. As a result of this labeling, people start to pull back from this individual. People don't want to hire that individual. They don't want to rent an apartment to that individual. They don't want their kids playing with that individual or with that individual's kids. And as a result of this limited opportunities or the shrinking of opportunities, the individual begins to see themselves negatively. They have a sort of a psychological reorientation. They actually begin to see themselves as this negative label. And because their opportunities to conform have become limited because people are pulling away from them, they are likely then to engage in what we call secondary deviance. In other words, they still have to survive, they still have to pay bills, they still have to eat, they still have to take care of themselves, so they will find other ways or deviant ways of trying to get those basic needs met through committing secondary acts of deviance. And where do we see this happening a lot? Well, we see this happen with people who have mental illnesses. There's a lot of labeling that goes along with people who are suffering from mental health issues. People who have engaged in prostitution or pornography are often the subject of negative labeling. Felons and criminals are probably the most important example. Once you have been convicted of a felony, you have to report that on lots and lots of different forms, whether it's trying to get a job or rent an apartment or get a bank loan. And people start looking at you differently if you acknowledge that you have a felony on your record. People suffering from addiction are often labeled negatively. Defiant children are labeled negatively. Really, anyone who challenges authority can fall under the labeling theory, where they are seen somehow as negative, and then they possibly then begin to see themselves as negative as well, and continue to engage in deviant behavior. And that is the labeling theory. Thanks for checking in. Never stop learning, and remember, sociology is everywhere.